The underside of the collapsing, reassembling Mary Poppins table, built for a local production of the Mary Poppins musical. And what I've done is taken a traditional table, found one fairly sturdy at a secondhand store, took the sliders out that would normally go for the leaves, and in place put a piano hinge cut to length across the top so it will collapse. And what I've done is powered it with an old DeWalt cordless drill on a 1/2-inch threaded rod to spool up the cable to raise the table. Here you see a down limit that as the cable unravels, this travels down to the limit switch and stops the motor when the appropriate length of cable is extended to lower the table, to keep the cable from unraveling and birds nesting up too bad. Over here we have the up limit switch, which stops the motor when the table reassembles back into the up position, and a latch that holds it there once the table is up. And also we have a car door lock release mechanism, so when we lower the table to drop it during the play, it will just actuate this this latch here, as it would with a car door latch. We have a LiftMaster garage door remote and receiver here to control the door. We have channel 1 programmed to lower the door by tripping the car door release, and running the motor down in the down direction until we hit this limit switch. Channel 2 we have programmed for the up movement, and that just runs the drill in the other direction, respools the cable until we hit the limit switch on top, and then stops. And thirdly, we have a safety stop switch. If at any point as the table is going up something goes wrong on stage, we can hit that emergency stop button. It will kill the power to the limit switch and stop the table in mid-travel if needed. So if there's an issue, we may not have to go on stage to fix it. I've used a battery that I've found from a power wheelchair accessory, 12-volt battery to run the drill. Connected it with a 2-prong connector so that we can charge it with a trickle charger and disconnect it as needed. Of course, I ran it directly from the battery to a 20-amp fuse just to protect the table if something happens. Here we have a relay that runs the latch release. Then we have a double pole, double throw relay, heavy duty 30 amp that runs the drill motor in the up position and reverses with this other double pull, double throw 10 amp relay. I used a smaller relay in the down position because there's much less draw on the motor. And then we have the last item over here is a counterbalance spring. If you back up, you can see that that spring goes through a pulley here and then to this arm. So as the director wanted the table to pretty much free fall, but this is a pretty heavy table, and if it completely free falls, it makes a pretty heavy crash on stage. So this spring does not counterbalance all of the weight, but as the table lowers, it pulls on that cable and helps counterbalance a little bit of the weight so it doesn't crash so hard. And then we have a simple clothespin here. In order to make the table come to a free fall crash, we have to pre-extend the cable, and I can show you how we do that here. We just hit the remote in the down position and the table releases itself, but you see that the cable kind of just wads up. So we relatch the table here and we pull the slack out of the cable and we load it into the clothespin. I give the cable just a touch more slack just by manually spinning the shaft. And clip that in there. So that's the Mary Poppins table, and I hope you got some useful information out of it.